So before we proceed, a little bit about me. I'm currently in the final year of BTech at Jadavpur University. I have a GATE rank of 150 in 2020. I'm currently placed at a top pharmaceutical company. I have 4 months of research experience at IIT Kharagpur, and I also have a research paper which is under review. Hey guys, hope all of you are doing well. So in this video we will be talking about how to study chemical technology for GATE chemical engineering. Now we will not talk about from where to study chemical technology. We will rather talk about how to study the subject. So what do I mean by that? See, we all know from where to study chemical technology. There are the standard textbooks like Dryden, like Shreve, and there are resources like NPTEL, etc. So those are common and everybody knows those resources. What I am talking about is how you should study this subject, not only from a GATE perspective but also from your college exam perspective. So how will you study this subject? See, in this subject, you should, this is my recommendation, you should focus more on what should not happen in a process rather than what should happen in a process. You should focus on the peculiarities. You should focus on the hazards. Once you do that, you will not have to rote learn anything. People have a common misconception that chemical technology involves a lot of rote learning, which is not correct. So let me give you an example. Suppose if you are studying, let's say, sulfuric acid chapter, you should keep in mind certain things. How should you approach it? First, you should know that no amount of water can be allowed inside the reactor. Once you know that no amount of water can be allowed inside the reactor, the thing that will pop up in your mind is how to remove it. So first, you should focus on what should not happen. That water should not enter. That is what should not happen. Once you know that, then you will think how to prevent the entry of moisture or water inside the reactor, and then things like acid scrubbing of the vapor that will remove the water. Then you will think that also, okay, dust should also not be allowed to enter the catalytic bed. Then how to remove the dust? Okay, you can do water scrubbing. See, I am deriving the units prior to the reactor just by intuition. So this is how you should approach this subject. Let me give you another example, and this type of mentality is applicable to each and every process unit. If we talk about, let's say, an ammonia plant which is going to be used for urea later on for a fertilizer process. So let's say if you want to produce ammonia, we know that before entering the ammonia loop, there should not be any presence of a compound which contains an oxygen atom. So there should not be H2O, because H2O contains oxygen atom. There should not be any presence of CO or CO2, because all of them contain oxygen atoms. So since you know what should not happen, since you know that these should not be allowed, now you know how to prevent them. Since CO2 is a acidic gas, so how will you remove an acidic gas? You will have to do some sort of a amine scrubbing. So that is actually what is done also. Since you have to remove water, what will you do? You have to cool the gas to below room temperature, and that will in turn, condense the H2O, and so on. That's how it goes. So you can understand what is the sort of mentality that goes behind studying this chemical technology subject. And this is going to be useful even for your college exams, that many people actually forget how to remember. They try to rote learn, but this is the type of mentality that you have to employ, else you will actually forget. So now another thing is, even when you are making notes,
you have to note down these points, these process hazards, the things that cannot be allowed to happen. Do not try to write down big paragraphs of process description in your notes. That will make it unnecessarily lengthy, and those things are already available in all the textbooks. So I feel they should not be included. And so you should note these points only in your notes, I feel. Okay, now another tip, and this is actually specific to gate only. See, when it comes to gate, you should actually, this is just a tip that I actually did. I have seen that they are asking a lot of questions where they are asking catalyst of that particular process. They'll just write some particular process and ask what is the catalyst used. So there are a lot of questions that have been asked in gate of this particular style. Okay, so it is always advisable that you make a table in your notes. You should ideally solve the previous year's question of chemical technology once or twice. You will get a overview yourself. You can see what type of processes and their catalysts have been asked. You should note them. Obviously, you should go to the syllabus. If you see that something has not been covered in the past year, you should also focus on that. So this type of a table should be there in your notes, and that will actually help you a lot in keep track of these catalysts. Okay, and so that was all for today's video, and I hope you will implement these topics. You should also note down all the peculiarities. Suppose in a vacuum distillation unit, you have a steam jet ejector system at the top. So that is a peculiar unit. It's not used almost everywhere. Okay, it is very particular to that particular unit in the industry. So you should write down what is the function of it. Okay, so that typical things which will also be very beneficial for you in the interviews. So these things should be there in your notes, and this is how you should study chemical technology, that peculiarities of the process. That is what is going to make that subject beautiful. So I hope you got to learn something from this video. Like, share and subscribe. Stay healthy. I'll see you in another video. Thank you.